you can't also know what you've not measured. And you cannot manage what you haven't measured. And that's why taking the assessment is very important. Because if you took the assessment, and we recommend at least every year or every other year, you take the assessment to be able to tell where you are.
Do you take it with your partner or alone? I mean, in terms of personal, I'm talking from a relationship perspective now. So you are trying to court. So do you recommend that two of you come and take the values test? And if the test proves that, Charlie, your values are different, is that the end of the relationship or what?
There are two options you can have. As with everything, you would either have to agree that this could, and you would need a professional to navigate the conversation with you. Is this worth going into? Because, Bernard, there are some of the relationships that would require 125% of yourself. So you want to ask, is this something I want to go into? Then be ready for the work. But at least you know. Is this something that I think that we are better off apart? We could be good friends, but for a marriage relationship, it's no. So yes, the two of you will take it together, but the assessment reports will be individual. We'll look at them and say, okay, this is this individual and that's the other person. We are dealing with maybe tomatoes and yams. If it's mangoes and apples, we are still in the citrus family. We can deal with it. You know. So
some can be worked on.
Yes.
And this is same for an organization as well.
Yes.
Because I was going to ask, if I realize that some of the values organizations don't align with mine, but some do, how do I make that judgment? So the organization may be compassionate, they are transparent, they are okay, but they are disorganized. And I really don't like this. I want predictability. So this organization is just, everything's arbitrary. But they are nice. They will give you, every day you are happy there.
Yes.
But they are not structuring the organization in a way that aligns with the way you keep things. You have to also compromise at some point.
Bernard, we have what we call the entropy in the culture conversation of values, right? Entropy is the level of negative energy that you either experience or the whole team experiences in the space of work. So when we measure that, at a certain point is manageable, we're fine. At a certain level, we need to go to OPD, like the outpatient department. At some point, you can be on admission, but with some infusions, you're fine. There are others that are actually taking you straight into ICU. It means that it is that critical. Question is, when you look at where the conflicts are, how much of this takes away from you? How much work or how difficult is it for you to live your life as an individual when you come to work? Now, when you do the individual, whenever we run such service in the workplace, we also run the personal ones. And the conversation is, if I look at myself and I look at the organization, how much of myself do I have to lose to be able to be a part of this team? And if it is too much, then we do not recommend it. But if it's something that's manageable, yes. And because it's a team, we also know that we are pulling from individuals and groups of people. So how do we navigate that for the benefit of everybody? And that's why I started by saying that there's a navigation process. It's not a be it and end it all. You don't just say, oh, I saw this, so I've given up, I'm out of here. Are you willing to walk through it? And usually at organizational levels, the conversation is had with the leadership. Once the leadership is willing and able to walk through that process, we are home straight. Otherwise, no.